Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. Hopefully you've all had a wonderful weekend. I am very excited to be delivering a Cardano update video, and we got a lot to talk about in this one, guys. We are going to be flying over some TA. We're going to save that till the latter part of the video. We're going to be looking at Cardano, where it's currently at and where we believe it's going and where we're actually looking to buy ADA. We've already given this view, but we are going to be reiterating it because it's important that people kind of understand broadly what's going on and where the cryptocurrency market is likely heading. We will be bringing Bitcoin into the picture, of course. And a little bit of good news about this is the worst is already behind us, guys. You know, Cardano, in my opinion, is not going to sell off another 80%. And we've actually seen the bulk of the selling that I think we are going to see. That being said, though, I do think we do see slightly lower prices, but I really want to spend the first half of this video just talking about Cardano. And many of you would have noticed the thumbnail being a picture of a tortoise, and we've often called Cardano the tortoise blockchain. And what we're referring to here is the old narrative or the story of the hare and the tortoise, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with. And Cardano have done things in a slow and steady manner. It's been one of the main criticisms actually levied against ADA is that it's slow to market. You know, they don't ship things and they certainly don't release things based on what they think the price is going to do. They're not really focused on fundamentals and ultimately what's going to drive the token's value higher artificially, but more focused on building a sustainable, scalable, usable, reliable blockchain. And that's why we're such ADA advocates. And we get a lot of stick for it, but we're still in the Cardano camp and we're going to be here for a long time. You know, this is a blockchain that's going to survive. And I want to talk a little bit about the Luna crash and the Solana continuous outages. You cannot have a blockchain that can just decide to reboot and consistently have outages. No serious institution is going to build anything on top of a blockchain that doesn't work. Essentially, it stops and starts. You can't have that, certainly when you're dealing with billions of dollars sloshing around. And of course, we had the Luna approach, which has completely unwinded and actually failed. Cardano has avoided this through being slow and steady, through taking a peer review approach to building a blockchain before releasing it, not just moving fast and breaking things, but actually, you know, building something that is here to stay and going to be sustainable. And I want to take a look at where ADA is today. It's currently 6th in terms of market cap, and where it was back at the peak of the 2017 into 2018 for some altcoins bull market. You know, you can see it's 5th in terms of position. It's still there today, guys, and is going to be there well into the future. It is a serious layer one competitor that is going to, I think, continue to gain demand for the smart contract capabilities that it offers because it's doing it in a reliable way, unlike many of the other newer, faster to market layer ones that really tried to kind of get things together for the bull market. Only for those things to come undone when there's a little bit of pressure put upon their ecosystems, whether that be Solana, Luna, or a number of others out there that we've seen catastrophic things happen with. So it's why we're such a fan of Cardano. I want to pull up this. This is to do with the daily on-chain transactions. And you can see Cardano is really leading the pack here in terms of year to date. It's up 369%. When the majority of your other blockchains, for example, here we've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, DOT, and Doge and Algo, are down significantly. You know, it's doing all the right things, guys, and it's certainly a very exciting future for Cardano holders, in my opinion. And the price, the interesting thing is where we are today at 56 cents, we are a significantly more advanced and usable blockchain than we were at $3. So the price really is just a reflection of the overall sort of financial conditions that we find ourselves under. All markets find themselves under. And we've spoken about this in great length on our daily cryptocurrency market updates. So it is still the tortoise approach, and it seems to be very much working whilst we see many of its competitors really crumble. And it's here to stay, guys. You know, it continues to climb up in terms of market cap. And I don't think it's going anywhere. Lots of ADA haters out there. When you really dive into the arguments that they levy against Cardano, they don't hold their weight at all. It's more that people just do it to be alternative, or because they have careers built on something else. And I want to talk a little bit before we dive into the sort of price about Djed. Now, Milkamida, which is a layer 2 sidechain of Cardano, and we've covered these guys before, very impressive what they're doing, essentially are letting you trial out Djed on their layer 2. Djed is a big deal, guys. Djed is a stable coin that's being, or was assigned to Coty to kind of build, and it's an algorithmically backed stable coin, in some ways similar to UST, but fundamentally different in terms of the mechanisms that they use to secure the peg. So there's a lot more collateral backing the Djed stablecoin and keeping it to $1 than there would be for the likes of Luna. An algorithmic stablecoin, in layman's term, instead of something like UST, which is backed 1-to-1 with $1, it holds its peg and maintains its peg via crypto, which moves up and down. So there's a mechanism to kind of keep it in balance. And this is huge because this means people are no longer going to have to sell their Cardano. They can just basically lock it up for Djed. And it's a way for them to cash out without selling ADA on market. It locks up a lot of Cardano. And also this will then go into the ecosystem and be used to sort of bid the rest of the ecosystem up. This is a big, big deal. And this week we're going to be doing a video on Djed, diving into it a little bit more, showing really the differences between Djed and the likes of UST, which of course has been an absolutely catastrophic fail and has not just tarnished the Luna brand, but the kind of cryptocurrency market at large. And this is just another case of other layer 1 smart contract blockchains rushing to market, going after pumpermentals rather than fundamentals. And Cardano is very much the opposite of that, ladies and gentlemen. So there's lots of exciting things coming. The demand for ADA is just going to continue to grow and grow and grow. We're seeing, as an ecosystem, whether that be wallets, whether that be delegators, whether that be dApps, it continues to expand. And this is only just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. And once the equation has been proved, you'll have a lot of faces turned towards ADA, whereas right now they're against it because of the kind of, mainstream crypto Twitter nonsense that gets sort of thrown around and levied against ADA. So it's here to stay. Let's get into the price. The worst of it has come already in terms of a sell-off, guys. From our all-time highs, if we count the wick, I think we're around about 82% down. Yeah, and at one point we were significantly lower. I still do think we are coming lower. We've covered Bitcoin at great length. We have set up a Patreon that we're going to be launching tomorrow, by the way, guys. I'll do a video explaining what this Patreon is going to involve. But this is something I'm super stoked about. Super stoked about building a community that I can get personal with, and that we can all really take advantage of the amazing opportunities that are in front of us. And there's so many, and quite a few of them actually lie within the Cardano ecosystem, in my opinion, in regards to some of the dApps that are being built on top of them. But we think Bitcoin is coming down to the long-term regression bands low, also your 200-day weekly moving average, or 200 weekly moving average, I should say. And there's a number of other reasons why I think we're looking towards 22, 23, 24K. I think that's somewhere that Bitcoin does trade. If Bitcoin rolls over, we know what that's going to mean for altcoins, and Cardano is very much wrapped up within that. And really what we're looking for ADA is something like this. And then we get that continuation. And what I'm actually going to do, and we will go into this in a lot more detail at another point, when we're trying to pick a bottom and sort of see where we are, we're very much reliving the, we'll put this on a weekly, Ethereum 2017, 2018 cycle. We're very much reliving this, and ultimately I do still see more downside. Really where we're going to be looking to accumulate is between your sort of 35 cents range all the way down to maybe 20 cents if it comes that low. But we're certainly going to start redeploying capital into Cardano. And remember, we never sold a single ADA, still hold and stake all my Cardano because I'm a believer in it in the long term. But we have said, we're not going to start buying during this kind of these kind of market conditions. We want to wait to see some sort of a bottoming structure. We want to wait for lower prices. If I think Bitcoin's coming lower, that ultimately means that Cardano is going with it, in my opinion. Only for things to turn around and for a new bull to begin, And we all know what happened with Ethereum over here. And that's very much how the Cardano chart is going to look into the future, in my opinion. You know, we're going to do something like this, and then we're going to, you know, sort of rinse and repeat. But we're waiting for that bottom to take place. And I don't think, as of yet, it's happened. Although I do think the worst in terms of selling pressure and percentage to the downside is behind us, which is definitely some good news to take away from this video. Even if we are saying the price is likely going to come lower, the opportunity is really at hand in regards to looking for those lower prices, accumulating, ready for the next leg. And crypto isn't going anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully we've somewhat demonstrated to you that Cardano isn't either. It's very much going to benefit from the next move that the cryptocurrency market sees, and that is coming. Yes, short term we're bearish. Long term, nobody is more bullish on the crypto space than me, guys. I think it is the future in many respects. So that's really all I've got for you in this video. If you guys have enjoyed this content, a like is always appreciated, so is a comment. Watch out for my Patreon. I'm going to officially announce it tomorrow, and also do a video breaking down exactly what it is you're going to be getting in the Patreon. And I think it's well worth it, if I do say so myself. All I've got for you, enjoy your Sundays, and I'll catch you all in the next YouTube video, ladies and gents. Have a fantastic evening.